Hi. Oh, well, I got comments on how I levitated a toy UFO. Well, let's start by underneath the UFO. As you've seen many times, I've done it, plus a few other things, but I have many little things like this underneath. I don't have the UFO anymore, it's long gone, but like this will spray out high voltage, like an ion drive. All I should do, you got a number 30, 32 gauge maybe. Okay. Polythermalized copper wire. This we're pretending this is a UFO. You hook it onto here and you run it up to, well, the ceiling actually. Now remember, it's very light. Okay. You run it up from here, let's say to a ceiling. It's very hard to explain this, but with a plastic pulley about 3 inches in diameter. You run the wire over the pulley and drop it down. Okay. Now you're going to have to add half the weight of this UFO with some gram type little weights. So you get approximately half the weight of the flying saucer. Remember, it's got batteries in it too, penlight batteries to make it flash, or other things. You can use pill bottles or whatever. And then you drop that too. Okay, you got that weight system over another pulley that pulls it down. The secondary pulley is your charging point, metal pulley, small metal pulley, and very delicate small bearings. That's under high voltage. And you got to be careful because if that wire breaks, you got a problem. We're following Lorentz laws, kind of like the plasma cannon or the Lorentz forces and all that cool stuff. So you have that. You have about 10,000 to 15,000 volts direct current, no heavy current or anything like that, but very small. Okay, now the rest of it is the so-called Hutcherson effect fields playing with that particular item, the UFO. And what happens is something goes on where it's something like a directed energy thing, or kind of like a Lorentz law of magnetic fields and extra high energy. Seems like small wires have extra high energy. I also use little small wires for huge antenna gain. For some reason, they work for better than ordinary antennas or aerials or thick wire. But anyway, it's interesting to note, and you can experiment by doing that with a radio receiver and a very thin wire, and just wherever you want to put the wire. But anyway, what happens is this will move around or go right up to the ceiling and break the actual number 32 gauge or 30 gauge wire and fall down. I don't know if any of you have done this or not, but I've done it a number of times. Did it for Fox TV. As you can see, it was a pill bottle, a large bottle, and UFO. I turned it on, the lights start flashing. Went up to the ceiling, and it did actually get caught up in something in the ceiling. And another time, it just broke the wire. or it broke, or something got caught on something. It's an interesting looking thing at situation using the RF production I'm doing, like for microwave and ELF and medium wave, seem to collect in this saucer and the wire, canceling the excess weight and making it fly off. I believe Ken Shoulders had an exact copy of a UFO, toy UFO, and was doing interesting things like that as well. And T. Townsend Brown and many others were doing other things with it. Myself, I have my own methods because the age effect is so unpredictable, but for Discovery Channel, I got good success. I simply hung it on a thicker wire, added high voltage, then it started to move around in circles. My very first video, I did that. That was a long time ago. I had a whole different system, but it would jump around when I applied the Hutchison effects energy fields in that area. That was quite interesting. I had a proper system, a take-up spool, thin wire. Of course, I got accused of using wire or string or something like that. I always get that, you know. I don't think so. But anyway, it's an interesting effect unto itself. I know the more dramatic effects are the metal blowing up and melting and doing all these things. I had thousands of metal samples over the years. And you know, this kind of stuff gets boring after a while. I sold everything on eBay. You can see my seller's profile, 100% positive feedback. I use my real name on eBay. Why not? What's there to lose? Oh yeah, here's another one. This is interesting to play with too. Oh, let me get it. Silver plated. A thin wire on that will act pretty weird. Apply the voltage. Be cautious. Don't do this at home, you idiots. But you need the Hutchison effect apparatus. I found the disruptive discharge transformer really helped out a lot. So I had my disruptive discharge transformer, my pulsating snapping gap of direct current, which created some unusual plasma effects. It's on tape somewhere. I have all these damn tapes that should be uploaded. No, I'm not kidding. There's a lot of stuff on those tapes. So I just found by accident, Matthew sent me a tape on shifts, but I had a piece of my 1998 Fox TV presentation with the levitating UFO thing, plus other effects. But I don't know if you can see them, but my tapes are... Where are we going with this? Up there, all the way down there. And I'm so damn lazy to get a ladder in there to get up and get them down. I did get a few down because they were laying on the floor after the earthquake, so I picked them up. And what I do, like these kind of tapes. I can't read that. Is I use this iPad. I'll figure out what that says. It's all kind of bleached out. 1994. Oh wow, that's a number of tapes. So I should get up there, get a small ladder I can fit in there. This one's too wide. I'll get in there and knock them all down and lay down some rubber or something on the floor, or a box full of rubber or something like that, and get them off out of there and donate them somewhere, which I might do. If somebody who wants it can have them. Now this thing here, a friend of mine gave it to me. I could play the tape in this guy, It's rather cool. Thank you, Christopher. I set this down, play the tape, turn the lights off, just put this thing on record like it's doing now, and it gave pretty darn good results. I uploaded one already from the Japan lecture on free energy and me demonstrating the free energy device. That one turned out great. Do I still have it down here? Might have used it. It's still stuck in there. Oh, it's still in there. Oh yeah, it's still in there. So why I didn't reject this or ejection, I don't know. I was looking for a power supply. I got a nice power supply, a little more amperes. So this thing is quite cool for copying stuff. You just put iPad there and film. Don't go through all the rigmarole trying to figure out what a computer does. I don't know what computers do, and I don't want to know. Although I got stuff here that seems to want to take computer stuff, like this thing. Power supply. I'll figure out how it works. He's already figured out. There's some modern stuff in here, but oh, I gotta open this up sometime. But anyway, that's the story on levitating UFOs. I don't know if they still make those or not, but they make a lot of noise and they're fun to levitate using the wire method. I think I got some wire here. This is good wire. Let's take a look at this here. What's this? Oh, here we go. You can find something like that. This is perfect stuff. Recording wire. It's strong and very thin and will produce a lot of lifting power. And you can apply a lot of good voltage, high voltage to it. So you simply get that around a pulley. Do you have pulleys here? No, I don't think so. I got plastic pulleys somewhere. Mounted over the pulley, the wire down to a power supply. 10,000 volts DC, should be very clean DC. Something like out of a television set. Flyback transformer. Direct current. You'll see some interesting results just by itself. What's this thing crooked for? Oh, he got it. Huh. Oh my, oh well. Anyway, gotta go. Catch you guys later.